Charlie 1, 6, Lima Lima 02. So first of all, not everybody in the Air Force flies airplanes. Only like 2% of the Air Force actually fly planes. Everybody else supports the pilots, maintains the aircraft, supports the personnel. So my biggest thing is I said, no, I'm a chaplain assistant or I do IT. I don't fly a plane. You're good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, no problem. Thanks. It worked out great.
All right,
See ya. I joined the military for stability. Growing up, we were on welfare. My dad was in prison. We had a pretty unstable. So I joined the military for stability. And I really hope that me being part of the Telling Project will bridge the gap between civilian and military and this proverbial curtain that people don't understand. And by telling my story, to hopefully bridge that gap.
Since 2008, we have done 35 performances across the country. And what the Telling Project does is we create performances in which military veterans and military family members have the opportunity to speak to their communities about their experiences in and around the military. What I have done since 2007, 2008 is essentially to interview military veterans and military family members, and then to script from those interviews and facilitate these performances. So essentially the creative process is 3 stages. The first stage is the interview stage. Ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Start us recording then. I've probably interviewed 500 vets at this point. And it is an impossibly stupid mistake to say that I've seen it all.
So my mom was convinced, and 5 other families were convinced that we had to go to Belize to escape Y2K.
Wow, that's not a bad gig.
Right, like we had to go to Belize, right? Anyways, we get to Belize, find out the job she had lined up didn't work out. He asked the questions because he really wanted to understand, he wanted to hear my story. And I also think he was asking the questions because he knew that it was worthy enough to be told, and he wanted to listen to that. And I said, well, I'd like to get on that deployment. They had a slot for 25 uniform. Yes, we'll put you in that slot. And we actually drove through some of the wreckage from the Gulf War.
Right.
And that was actually really, that's when it kind of set in, like, oh, I'm here. I'm in the desert. I'm deployed now. Like, this is real. This is really happening.
Right.
It's not every day you get to be listened to your story so intently, and then on top of that, create a script and then get to perform. It's something that I'm getting goosebumps. It's so cool. I'm so excited.
Like I said, this is our starting point. I've got plenty to work with here. Once we've interviewed all of them, then the second stage of the creative process is scripting. And what happens in the third phase is that we'll then transition to an actual performance building.
We just got the script 3 days ago. I read through it like 4 times. Reading all the other stories that the other service members have put in is really fascinating. So many different experiences, yet so many like experiences. I'm really excited for the rehearsals. It's gonna be grueling, it's gonna be challenging, it's gonna be inspiring, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
So we're gonna call this downstage, all right? Downstage, that over there is upstage. It's stage right, which is your right, and stage left, which is your left.
Easily one of the most gratifying parts of my job, that I walk into a room like a rehearsal room, a stranger, and within 5 days or 6 days we go through this rehearsal process and we become really close.
There were some days I didn't know if we were gonna have our next meal. I knew I had to take care of myself. I joined for stability.
I think it gives people an experience of a moment. And I think that they carry that moment with them, and that moment does something, it fuels something. I think that a lot of people that we work with become bigger in the process. That's what I want. I just want people to feel grounded in their communities, which is what coming home is.
It was all kind of exciting at first. I mean, you go to the St. Paul at Minneapolis airport, you get a ticket, you fly into Jefferson City, and then they herd you toward a bus, but you're all in civilian clothes and you're feeling kind of free. And then you pull into Fort Leonard Wood.
Maggots, get off my phone!
Move it! Who the hell do you think you are? Get going, let's go!
Every person in the military can remember basic training. Basic training is the pinnacle, I guess you could say, of your military career. Everybody has to go through it.
Did I tell you to pick up your bag? Put it down.
Are you not listening to me? Are you hard of hearing? Pick it up.
Put it down.
Pick it up.
Put it down.
Pick it up.
Put it down.
Up.
Down.
Up.
Down.
Up.
Down.
I was in shock. Literally, shock. If I had come across a soldier today on the battlefield that looked like I did then, I would lay them on their back, I would elevate their feet, and I would treat them for shock.
One of the things that people talk about a lot when they step out of the military is the ways in which it's go, 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 go. And then they get to civilian life and everything kind of slows down. What I think we're thinking about when we tell these stories and we kind of push on, we push through them, you want people to kind of understand that this is an incredibly intense overload of experiences that a lot of veterans undergo. It's looking great and everything, but it needs to be a lot snappier. And so the moment that the person in front of you has stopped speaking, you start speaking. This has been a stellar pace, guys. Really, really great work. Thank you.
What is this book called, Mom?
My cousin Momo. My daughter is almost 3 and she is so full of life, but she is just my joy. You know, my husband and I, Joey, we just love her so much. Now, what shape is it?
What shape is it?
A square.
Good job. My husband is my rock. He is my best friend. He's always been the positive light in my life. He's always been so supportive, and he always takes every challenge that I've ever had to have with the military, you know, with a grain of salt. You know, if I have to go to training for 6 weeks, he's understanding. He's like, yeah, that's fine. We'll get through the 6 weeks. You'll come home. We'll move on. You know, he's so supportive, and he's just wonderful.
I ate a lot of food.
Do you want some more cheese? You want more cheese? Okay.
Left, 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 right, left. Mama, mama, can't you see? Mama, mama, can't you see? What the Army's done to me. What the Army's done to me. Took away my faded jeans. Took away my faded jeans. Now I'm wearing Army green. Now I'm wearing Army green.
Being a part of this experience, I think will give me confidence to maybe pursue some more artistic endeavors. I never really thought of myself as very artistic, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty inspiring. I was in Anaconda too, Balad. They called it Mortaritaville. So we get there, and we literally just had the brief of what to do when there's a mortar attack. So we get out, hanging out. Me and my best friend Donkey are just smoking, joking, whatever. All of a sudden, incoming, incoming, incoming. We all scramble. We all forget what the heck we were just told 2 seconds ago. We find the bunker.
One of the things that's really fascinating for me is how is it that military experience is spoken about when it's not intimate? And it's kind of bookended. It's either veterans are broken or they're heroes. And those are the two bookends. And I've never spoken to a veteran who is either of those poles. There's so much complexity in between.
What we did in Iraq was just bare bones. We did prevention, we did education. I had to dodge rockets too. I could have died, but it was war. And it was the most meaningful work I've ever done.
There's this stereotype of what a veteran should look like, and I think having a very diverse cast helps break that stereotype that veterans come in all shapes and sizes and age groups and everything like that.
What I do remember was the blood on my boots. I kept cleaning it off, cleaning it off, cleaning it off. And an NCO said, "What are you doing?" He said, "It's a christening. It's to remind you of the war."
All of us become really close. And part of it is the intensity of the process. And part of it is also that we're sharing with each other vulnerabilities and fears and resilience and triumph. Like we're going through such an incredible range of human emotions in that space. There's no other word for it, I think, than love. You end up loving each other in that space. It becomes really, really kind of intimate and personal and beautiful.
I think one of the things that happens in this rehearsal is that you stop hearing each other for the first time. You stop listening as though it's the first time you've heard it, but people in that audience are not going to have heard this before. And it's going to be this assault on their senses. It's going to be this kind of like, oh. And I just want to thank you very, very much for it, and know I am very grateful to work with you and that I'm really, really, really happy with where we are.
Hopefully giving people just a small insight into the lives of service members and veterans. We've had good and bad experiences. Maybe it'll just give a little piece of what we do and why we do it.